People keep dying in prisons and facilities that are supposed to be overseen by Sheriff David Clark in Milwaukee. The latest example included a woman who was imprisoned at the Milwaukee County Jail, and she apparently went into labor, and unfortunately, she alleges that the officers there did not give her the medical attention she needed, and she suffered severe consequences as a result. Now, she claims that her newborn infant died in the Milwaukee County Jail this past summer after a corrections officer allegedly laughed off her pleas for help as she was giving birth. Former inmate Sade Swayzer claims that she didn't get any medical attention for 6 hours after she first pleaded with a guard to help her as she went into labor. It took the jail an additional 2 hours to deliver medical aid to her newborn baby, who subsequently died later in the day.
So they're going to have to adjudicate this, hence all the words of allegations and alleges, etc. One thing that's not an allegation is her baby's dead. It died that day because it did not receive medical treatment. So I thought these guys were pro-life. What happened? And that baby was being born, and it was obvious. She's screaming in pain. The baby's coming out. Not going to help. A life? Who cares about that life? Every pro-life person in Wisconsin, let alone anywhere else, should be outraged at the people who oversee this prison. If you're outraged about abortion and now miscarriages, they're trying to make miscarriages illegal, or you got to bury or cremate the remains, etc. That's a new law proposed in Texas that we talked about yesterday. You want to make birth control illegal. That was a baby. It came out alive and it died. 6 hours while she was in labor, 2 hours after the baby was born. No treatment. So that's what she says, and the baby is dead. Now, if you're every pro-lifer, I assume, is right now getting ready to protest Milwaukee Sheriff David Clark, who oversees that prison. I mean, what kind of a monster would allow that to happen?
That infant was the fourth person to die in these facilities in the last 8 months.
In the last 8 months. That's unbelievable.
Okay.
This is not over the last 8 years, not over the last 8 decades. They let people die in that prison all the time. The one guy that we covered before on the show, that happened also in the last 8 months. He died of dehydration. I haven't heard of a person dying in America of dehydration ever in my life. And he wasn't stuck out in the middle of the desert and couldn't find his way home. He was under guard. There was guards all around him. And they refused to give him water. Forget food, water, until he died of dehydration. How are those not criminal acts? The people that are in the prison, okay, I don't know what laws they broke or didn't break, okay. But the people that are running the prison are also criminals.
Yes.
If you let somebody die of dehydration, there's no argument that, oh, golly gee, maybe I should have given them water 3 days earlier. That was an honest mistake. Oh, I left him in a cave, in a hole, and I forgot to give him any kind of care, and he died of dehydration. That's not an honest mistake. That's a criminal act. A baby comes out. There's labor going on. You know what it is? It's because they're totally indifferent to your life.
Yes, absolutely, while they claim that they're pro-life. And so the one thing that I always want to bring up when these types of stories get reported is this lie that you see among the right wing when they say they're pro-life, that they believe that a fetus is a viable life and should be protected, when they say the moment of conception is when it's a life that needs to be protected. It's not about them wanting to protect lives. It's really about them wanting to punish women for engaging in sexual activity without the intention of getting pregnant, right? For them, a woman is only supposed to have sex if she intends to get pregnant. If she's having sex for pleasure, well, she deserves to be punished for it, right? If she's pregnant, she deserves to be punished. That's the reason why they favor legislation that would force a woman to carry a birth to term, even if the fetus has severe abnormalities. That's the reason why, in this case, a woman goes into labor, gives birth, and that infant doesn't get any medical attention for 2 hours after she gives birth. They don't care about the life of that baby. They don't care about the life of the mother. What they care about is the punishment, the judgment, and making that woman feel like she's a second-class citizen. That's the country that we live in right now. That is what we advocated for when we elected a disgusting person like Donald Trump. So congratulations, America.
And Trump is related to this story because they have this guy as one of the candidates for the head of Department of Homeland Security. Oh, you are brutal to the people that you imprison. Sometimes their lives are lost because you don't care about their life at all. And then you wonder why they call it Black Lives Matter. Like, hey, can you please understand that our lives matter also? Because you're treating it like our lives don't matter. And they think, oh, congratulations, you shouldn't get a demotion for that. You should get a promotion to the federal level for that. So, look, in this case, this is the perfect microcosm of what Anna is referring to. Because if you're really pro-life, you'd want to protect that baby. But if it was really about punishing women, then you support Sheriff David Clarke. You're like, way to punish her. Now, what the crime she did, it shouldn't have gotten the death penalty. And it certainly shouldn't have gotten the death penalty for her baby. But we gave that baby the death penalty because that'll show you. That'll show you. We never gave you permission to get pregnant. Now, know your role. Now, you can prove me wrong. Pro-life people, you go get Sheriff David Clarke fired because you're outraged at what happened here. He oversees the prison. This is directly his responsibility. And we're not like the right wingers. We don't want any kind of vigilantism against him. That's crazy. No, simple law and order. If people keep dying because you don't treat them in your prisons, you're not doing your job, hence you should be fired. Pro-lifers should circle that jail until the sheriff is fired and, by the way, investigated, because these are crimes.
But pro-lifers have much more important things to do, like going to a Planned Parenthood clinic and holding pictures of dead fetuses and judging women who go there for contraception or cancer screenings or something that's completely unrelated to abortion in a lot of cases. That's what they have to do. Because again, it's not about being pro-life. If you're pro-life, you would go out of your way to ensure that Republicans don't cut programs that help hungry kids like food stamps, right? You would fight to make sure you protect them so they live a happy, healthy life and have the proper protection or foundation to be productive members of society someday in the future. You would fight to ensure that they have access to good education, but they don't care about that. They care about judgment. They care about punishment. Again, they care about controlling women and treating them like second-class citizens. That's what this is really about.
And hey, pro-lifers, feel free to prove us wrong, okay? But if you are not opposed to what Milwaukee Sheriff David Clarke did in overseeing this prison, and you're okay with that baby dying, then don't ever, ever call yourself pro-life again. Podcast the whole 2-hour Young Turks every single day, commercial-free, All-Star Tuesdays, Aggressive Progressives, Old School, Post Games, TYT Classics. You get it all with membership. Do it now, tytnetwork.com/join.